Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? It's Friday, June the 5th, and I had some trades today, and guess what? So I managed to just about blow up this small account today from some irresponsible trading, and we'll go over all of it right now in this video. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to lose all your money trading options. So here we go. First, I'll show you my trade log. Options on the NASDAQ, puts, and a lot of it is scalp trades, very short-term trading, okay? Now, let's get into it here. So I'll use the replay function and we'll go through all my trades here to start. So we started with a move down and then a move right back up to new highs. So this was a good opportunity to get long. Actually, that was the first trade of the day and I saw it and I realized it, although I didn't take it. But I saw the failure, right? Where you see a failure to move lower and regainder of the breakout point. That's actually my two variables that I have in place for taking one of the trades that I take, which is a sudden impulsive price move followed by a regain of the breakout point. Boom. I didn't take that trade. Okay, we had multiple legs up, so that would have been the first leg, second leg, third leg. And I was watching this because it was extended. I was watching it for no follow through. So what I did here was I started to get short. So I got short on this candle right here, got filled. And then I watched again and I scaled in another contract right there for a slightly better fill. And then I just watched. Now, the ideal trade here would have been to fade it right back to the moving averages. And again, 237.47, that would have been the resistance from the previous day here. So what I did was I took profit on this candle and I got filled at a good price. And then I put in my break-even stop. Well, I already had my break-even stop in. Soon after, I got stopped out. Actually, I believe it was even on the same candle that I got stopped out of the trade. So you can see here, 237, bought at 46, bought at 34, sold at 50, and then sold at 40, which was my average. In the same, about a minute later there, okay? So that was a first trade and it was a successful trade. Now, something about the tape here was keeping me confident in the bears. Although the volume was kind of light, but for some reason I put on another bearish trade here. So I bought the same option back for a similar price, although this time my stop was going to be above 238.75 and I was willing to scale in. So I got back in half my position and then I got in the other half right here. And then I stopped out. Okay, I believe I had the stop at 238.76. Stopped out on that trade. Now, as we saw the breakout with no follow through, that was a signal to get back short because that falls into the criteria of me to take a trade, which is breakout, no follow through, regainder of the breakout point. There was movement here. I didn't take the profit though. And again, that was a mistake, right? I'm trading counter the trend. I'm trading a failure counter the trend. I have to realize that my profit window should be to the moving average, not really more than that. And if I want to take more, it should be scaling at half or three quarters at the moving average and then put that break even stop in. But I didn't. I left it on and I got stopped out. I had a conditional order and I believe that once it got hit, I accidentally canceled the order or something and then the price shot up above 239 and I had the stop I believe at 239.17. And anyways, I managed to stop out, but for a horrible price. So took a loss on that trade. So I would have been one win here and then a loss and then another loss. So two losses right there. As we saw this break right here, I got back short on some contracts because you can see here, boom, one leg, two leg, no follow through. Decent opportunity for a short, stop above 240. I got filled right there. And that trade right there gave me some profit. And guess what? I didn't take the profit again. And I stopped it out at break even. This trade actually had gave me about $20-$30 of profit at one point, and it was these 239 puts. I got in at 55 at 11:30 and I got stopped out at break even at 11:51. These things were trading at 75 when it was down near the moving average. I had to be a little smarter here, guys. I don't know. I'm trading against the trend, right? And I don't know what it was. I think I became delusional to the fact that the market was in an uptrend. And I became too concentrated on the fact that I was trading these failures. My entries were good. As you can see, I'm trading these failures and nailing them most of the time. But I guess my profit targets were off. So I ended up stopping out break even there. And then from here is when I should have stopped trading completely. But I kept trading. And I got back in these same puts here because I thought we were likely going to see a lower high and then a reversal. So why was I so fixated on a loss of this trend. I became too fixated on the fact that there were long traders here, long traders here, long traders here, long traders here, and I thought it was likely that they could all be trapped if we pushed below these lows. I became delusional today, and I became too focused on the fact that I wanted to trap out all of those long traders when I should have just been trading with the trend most of the time. Now, counter the trend here, I had profit. Tried again, I got stopped out. Counter the trend right here, I had profit. Long trade, there's a failure. Counter the trend right here, I had profit, didn't take it. And then again, counter the trend right here. And this was the one that killed me because we went into lunchtime and we got the maximum chop. And you know, I should know better, right? You can see how we're seeing this action where we broke the high of the day all the way up to 240.17. I was getting long these puts, or these 239s, and I had profit on them here. But that was the most profit I had on them until the rest of the day pretty much. They pretty much expired worthless on me. And I held on to these things way too long. I became delusional, guys. Very delusional. Look at this price action. You can see how we moved up 240.17, pulled back to 239.41, couldn't break the lows, pushed up again, couldn't break the highs by a few pennies. We broke it by, I don't know, 15 ticks or something, and then pulled back for a two-legged pullback, and a failure, couldn't really close below 239.41, and then again move up, another low, failure, move up again, low, another failure, and then we had the chop into the close, which killed all that premium. So I found myself long those 239 puts when it was a horrible trade to be in fact, because we were in this trading range going into the close here. So I managed to take a big loss on these 239 puts because my risk was unmanaged. I held them until they expired worthless practically. I mean, I managed to get a couple dollars out of them out of the close here, but it's just absolutely ludicrous. Now, another pattern I was watching was this thing 12 exponential on the Qs, and look at how we never closed below it until here. And when we finally closed below it, it was just too late here. And again, that was 240.30. That would have been a nice trade against the failure right there again too. The high being 240.17, push up to 240.30, fail the highs. That falls into the criteria of a failure breakout trade that I would take. And I didn't take it because I was maxed out in these puts and it was the end of the game for me. And you know, it's just stupid behavior, guys. It's just absolutely stupid behavior. I literally became delusional to the market today. I became delusional to the fact that we were in an uptrend and moving higher. I became obsessed with trading against the trend, and the failures I traded a lot of the time were profitable, as you saw, but I did it one too many times and got burned with those puts. And you know, I've experienced this a number of times, and looking back at it now, because it's hindsight, obviously I look like a complete moron for trading against the trend, but when you're in that moment, you don't realize it, right? I don't have someone tapping me on the shoulder saying, hey Chris, you know you're trading against the trend, just be careful, you should probably fade it to the moving average at most and then keep your stop really tight. I don't have someone tapping me on the shoulder telling me that. So I need to be on top of my game telling myself that all the time. So, you know, at least I didn't lose $1 million. I'm trading a super small account, but I managed to lose 60% of the value of that super small account. So realistically, if I would have lost 60% of $1 million account, I think I'd be about to invest in some rope today. And that is not cool, let's be honest. That's all I really got to say today, guys. I mean, the trades, there was nothing wrong with the trades, but there was something wrong with my risk management and the fact that I didn't manage the trades correctly. I was just delusional. I was delusional. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'll see you tomorrow in a video. Take care. Bye. Thank you.